This, everyone, is the Mississippi River. The mighty Mississippi. I am in a small town on the banks of the Mississippi River. Interestingly, the name of this town is Louisiana. Let me show you a map real quick first. You can see where I'm at. And here's population history. Peak population was way back in 1900, 5131. Last census, 3199. Looks like they have a levee of sorts to keep the Mississippi at bay if it floods, because the town is up here. And downtown is in that direction. So let's go take a look. The town, how did it get its name? Well, the town's founder named it after his daughter. His name was John Walter Besye. It's Besye. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But his daughter's name was Louisiana. He named the town after her. Now, was she named after the state? Probably. But yeah, that's where the town name came from. And so right now, I'm just going to give you a nice look at this beautiful old downtown. All these buildings look like late 1800s, early 1900s. And here's the post office right here. I always like to give you a shot of that. Alright, it looks like that's it. Well, except for this building. Whoa, what's this? I'm going to have to stop and take a look. Masonic Temple. Visitors welcome. Man, what a beautiful, grand old building. It's not in really great shape, sadly. Looks like Greek Revival. Definitely looks like ancient Greece. What do you think? And over here, got a kick out of this. The non-mural. We've got some eccentric people in this town. I like it already. I'm driving up to another grand old building. This looks like it's been abandoned, doesn't it? Not sure what it used to be. A school, perhaps? Let me give you the median age of the town, 45. Compares to 39 for the U.S. And let's do ethnic breakdown real quick. 92% white, 2% black. Remaining is mixed or other. They have got some seriously beautiful old homes here. I mean, wow. That is quite a house, isn't it? One across the street as well. What do you think those would go for in a big city in really good condition? A lot of money, I'm thinking. One of the things I've noticed as I cruise through the town is that the streets are all named after states. This is Georgia Street. It's kind of fun, isn't it? Being that the town is itself named after a state. Let me give you median household income. $46,006 a year. That's $885 a week. And that's pretty low. Look at Missouri, $68,920. A lot lower than the state. That appears to be abandoned, but what a great old house that was. These houses here, including this one, which is definitely abandoned, look out over the Mississippi. There it is right there. The Mississippi River. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? It really is amazing the treasures that you can find in small town America. And I'm saying architectural treasures. I mean, will you look at that? Well, all right. Let's do poverty. It's pretty high, 27.9 overall. School-aged children, 49%. Ouch, that's half the kids that live here. 65 and older, 16%. As soon as that's done, check it out, a black cat. Wow, that is a cool house. Not in great shape, but really awesome looking house. Let's see, cost of living, it's an 81, so 19% lower than the rest of the U.S. Missouri's an 88, you see there. And utilities highest at 102, housing's lowest at 51. Well, should we have you guys look up a house for sale? We haven't done that in a while. This is on 4th Street, 215 4th Street. It's a big old house. Needs a little work. It would be a fixer-upper, but it is for sale, it looks like. Somebody look it up for the rest of us. I think we'd all be curious. All right, well, I checked crime. It's not bad here. Last year, 16 incidents per 1,000 people. Compares to 23 for the U.S. So crime here is a bit lower. Yeah, the town is situated on some hills. And it sure is pretty, isn't it? Let me give you median home value. $81,100. That's low, isn't it? Look at the state of Missouri. $215,600. This has got to be one of the most inexpensive states to get a house. Many of you in the big cities wouldn't know how to act if you could get a pretty nice house for $215,000. They've got a old train depot here. Whew. It is in bad shape. That's too bad because this is a treasure. Let me show you the front of it. Louisiana Historic Preservation, saving our architectural past. Well, they don't really seem to be following through on that, do they? Let's see if I can show you the inside. There's a broken glass here. You can see the inside. Yep, it's just in ruins. That's too bad, isn't it? That would be amazing restored. Yeah, they've got a huge grain elevator here on the edge of town. And, well, it's right on the banks of the Mississippi. The river's right there on the other side. Looks like they do a lot of the shipping down the river. I am in Clarksville, Missouri. Touch the Mississippi. And indeed it does. There's the Mississippi right there. Got to cross these railroad tracks to do it. And here's downtown. Beautiful, quaint, small town downtown. Looks like they've got a lot of industry going over there. It's quite noisy. Wow. This is pretty awesome. You can see that it looks like the town has done some refurbishing. The streets look new. The buildings are old, but the streets look new. Looks real nice. Let me show you a map real quick. And then how about population? Here it is. Way back in 1880, 1,493 people. Last census 372. And how about ethnic breakdown? 94% white, 1% Hispanic, 1% black. Remaining 4% is mixed race or other. All right. Now, City Hall's up here. Let's go take a look. Clarksville City Hall. They got a shop or two here. They're closed in the middle of the week, in the late morning. Noisy truck. Man, how old do you think that is? I bet that's late 1800s, maybe early 1900s. What do you guys think? Well, a block off downtown, they have an abandoned motel. Nothing been happening for quite a while here. Clarksville. Really old Coke machine. I don't know if we can look in a room or not. This is actually a laundromat, I think. I don't know if you can see anything in there. Well, how about that? Yeah, there's something interesting across the street here. I'll show it to you. Yeah, this is a skylift that they had here. It was effectively shut down by a local Native American tribe because apparently it went over their burial grounds. Yeah, so it was shut down and is no more. Let's see if I can see. Yeah, looks like it went up on top of that hill there. This is kind of a major road that runs through the state. It's about 10:30 in the morning on a Wednesday. It's very, very quiet here. Eerie almost. Well, let's head up into residential. See what they have here. Let me give you the median household income. First, $62,045 a year. It's almost $1,200 a week. It's quite a bit higher than the last town, isn't it? And that is some kind of house. I'm thinking it's abandoned at the moment. It says "Do not enter" on a big sign there. Yeah, it's quite hilly. All right, here's poverty. 4.9 overall. School-aged children, 1%. 65 and older, 6%. Yeah, you can definitely tell they have higher incomes here because poverty is almost non-existent. Let me give you cost of living. It's a 77. Wow, 23% lower than the rest of the U.S. Utilities highest at 102. Housing lowest at 39. All right, well, as I show you this beautiful house, let me give you the median home value, $92,500. Believe it or not, this is an old church that is on the National Register. It was built in 1867. It's an AME church. That's African Methodist Episcopal. It is in very poor condition. Well, this is a tiny little abandoned gas station. That is something, isn't it? I guess I need to take a closer look at this for sure. Let's see if I had the price of gas on it. Yeah, I don't really see anything. Yeah, it's basically just been cleared out. Got a little table there if you want to have a beer. Wow. I am driving into the town of Elsberry, Missouri. This is downtown. Let's take a look, shall we? Yet another quaint old Missouri small town downtown. Am I right? Whoa. A little theater there. Now that is a treasure. Got some old buildings here. It looks like early 1900s. Okay. Well, here's where I'm at. In the state of Missouri. And population history. Peak population 2,047 people. Down to 1937 and 2020. Yep, not really losing a lot of people here. Well, I'm out in residential. Seeing beautiful homes right off the bat. The median age here is 31. That's pretty young, isn't it? A lot younger than the U.S. median age of 39. Well, I can tell this street is really beautiful already. Look at this. Very nice. Yet another town with some beautiful houses. Out here in very rural Missouri. I believe that's a church. Yeah. Presbyterian church. Well, okay, here's the ethnic breakdown. 88% white, 6% black, 1% Hispanic, that's 5% mixed race or other. And let me go ahead and give you median household income, $49,226 a year. It's $946 a week. Here's poverty, 24.9 overall, 17 and older, 42%, 65 and older, 13%. Yeah, those are all pretty high, except for retirement age folks. This town began as a railroad town and then became a significant producer of shoes and gloves. In fact, Wells Lamont Glove Company? They're really big. They had a plant here. But it's all gone now. There was a grain elevator here as well. It's been torn down. Somebody's mowing his lawn. So, I'm not sure what they do here now. I guess the town's just kind of hanging around. It could possibly be a bedroom community for St. Louis. Possibly. St. Louis is a good hour away. The city is. But you could get to the suburbs a lot quicker. Crime here is pretty low though. Last year, 13 incidents, per 1,000 people. Quite a bit lower than the US of 23 per 1,000. Well, let me give you median home value. 113,300. Yeah, quite a bit higher. That's why I'm wondering if maybe people who work in St. Louis live here. Houses cost a little bit more. Is that another cat? Yeah, I think so. What's up, fella? And here's the post office. Pretty much just your normal looking post office, isn't it? Alright everyone, that's going to be the end of this part of the video. Nicole and I are actually staying in St. Louis, in downtown. So tomorrow we're going to poke around the downtown area, show you a few things, including a trip up into the Arch. And we're also going to show you the hotel because it's unique. And of course, as usual, stop at a local restaurant and review the food. Yeah, so that's all coming up next. Stay tuned. I am back at the Mississippi River. That's Illinois and East St. Louis on the other side. And that was a train. Heck yeah. Behind me is Nicole. And of course, the Gateway Arch. So I'm in St. Louis, obviously. Gateway Arch is one of the most recognizable structures, one of the most photographed structures on Earth.
They're not very conducive to that.
You don't have the right kind of shoes for this kind of hiking.
You tell me we're walking on stuff like this.
Well, you just got to plan for it. Man, is this thing sturdy enough to hold us? Yeah? How's it feel?
Seems sturdy enough.
It feels sturdy enough?
Can't push it.
Well, look, here's let me turn this camera around. Get out of the wind here. Get out of the shade here.
Quite windy.
There we go. We promised you guys a trip up into the Arch, but as of us filming this, the government shutdown is still going on.
Thanks a lot, stupid government.
Right, but I have a workaround. A couple years ago, I went up into the Arch by myself and videoed it. So I'm just going to use that footage. Woo, windy. And it's actually good footage. And you'll very much feel like you've been up in the Arch yourself. So, here's that footage right now. Arch entry here. All right. We're below, obviously, below the Arch. Alright, we are going downstairs now. Get on the tram. I am following the tour guide. Stairs to number 7. That's my car, I guess. Alright. Explain it to us. That's going to happen.
This north tram you'll be using today, which opened to the public in 1967. And then the south tram on the opposite.
So the door's open. That's what I'm going to get into right now. That's where this was. I'm in this little capsule.
Alright everyone, please make
very
sure
small.
you are clear of the tram car doors. Doors will be closing. Once again, the doors are closing. Thank you all for visiting. Enjoy your ride up in your time at the top.
So because of the way the, because there's only 25 at a time, I was the 25th person. So I got to be in a car all by myself. Yeah, we are heading up now. Whoa! That's crazy. You can feel the car. It's kind of just on some wheels that adjust as it goes up. You can feel it as it adjusts as we go up. Wow, look at that. Work areas, I guess. You can see the machinery. How cool, huh? Woo! Still more stairs. But it's slowing down for sure. Well, I've got just this and here. I guess I have to wait to get me off. Oh, there we go. Doors open. Wow. All right, we are off the tram now, going up those stairs to the last part. The last little section to get to the very, very top. All right, here we are, almost to the top. All right, here it is, the very, very top of the arch. There's St. Louis. How cool, huh? And look, you can see the baseball park where the St. Louis Cardinals play. Go over here to the other side. And there's the Mississippi. Wow. All right. Cool, huh? This is the very tip of the Gateway Arch. You come up on 2 trams from each side. We're on this side. Get a good view of what it looks like. Of course, a bunch of us here checking out the sights. All right, our time is done. We're going down now. So I've got to go to my car, which is number 7. All right, my door's open, the car is empty. I'm getting back in for the ride down. Oh, there it is adjusting. Whoa. Look, there's that workroom again. There it is. We're done. You can see people entering for their ride up. All right, so there's the arch. We're going to make our way to the old St. Louis County Courthouse, and I'll tell you a bit about the city. It was founded in 1764 by French fur traders. The city was named after the King of France. Is it King Louis or King Louis? Did we decide?
I don't know. I think we could probably say it either way.
Well, anyway.
Louis is short for Louis. So.
That's who these French trappers named the city after. Because of the Mississippi River, which I just showed you, St. Louis became a major port. The city grew rapidly, and by 1900, St. Louis was the 4th largest city in the United States. Almost 600,000 people. Now this is the old St. Louis County Courthouse. It is part of the National Park with the arch. It was built in 1861. That dome is modeled after the one in Italy, St. Peter's Basilica. A lot of history here, including slave trading. The Mississippi, of course, was a major transit way to move slaves, and they would hold a slave auction here, I believe, once a week.
You have to look at this statue. That's Dred and Harriet Scott from the famous case that had a lot to do with civil rights. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Dred and Harriet Scott. Let's see the placard here. Filed suit for their freedom at this courthouse, and man, that's loud. In 1846, their case reached the United States Supreme Court and was decided in 1857. Court ruled that the Scots and all African Americans were not citizens of the United States. Opposition to the decision was one of the causes of the Civil War and led to the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments to the Constitution. This is the Wainwright Building. Believe it or not, this is one of the most significant buildings in our country's history. Oh, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. It was built in 1891. One of the first skyscrapers ever designed and built. And it was designed by Louis Sullivan.
He is called the father of the skyscraper. He is one of the trio of great American architects, along with Frank Lloyd Wright and Henry Hobson Richardson. All right, let's check out this placard. In 1891, the Wainwright Building was constructed for St. Louis businessman Ellis Wainwright. It was designed by Louis H. Sullivan, a Chicago architect. The Wainwright Building is the father of the contemporary skyscraper. Sullivan's design emphasized open, spacious interiors. He combined a load-bearing steel framework with architectural details taken from earlier load-bearing masonry structures. Large windows flooded the Wainwright Building with natural light. Construction allowed by the steel framework was a radical departure from heavy concrete buildings at the time. Wainwright Building became a turning point in architectural history. It is now regarded as the pioneer of contemporary building design. It's pretty striking though, isn't it?
It is. It's very, yeah. It got my attention, definitely. Yeah. But there should be a marquee or whatever you call it that, you know, tells you exactly what it is.
I agree.
I don't see one. Look, it's a zipper. I'm going to zip it up.
What, a zipper? Oh yeah, it is a zipper, isn't it?
Yes. From the front, I didn't see it at first until I got back here.
I didn't even notice it. Wow, that's different.
Yeah.
The name of it is Unzip the Earth.
Oh, huh.
Stainless steel.
Well, that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Oh my gosh. It's a hair pick. The
It
biggest one I've ever seen.
That is a big hairpin.
That's funny. Well, I mean, I guess this has to be Pinocchio.
Sure looks like him, doesn't it?
But usually you would see hinges in his knees, but...
Well, this is, or is it when he's a boy? Nope, that's like wood legs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know what to say about this, except she has no hands.
It is different, isn't it?
It is.
This is a statue of Ulysses S. Grant standing at attention in front of Old St. Louis City Hall. What a building. It was built in 1898. Yeah, that's Renaissance Revival. So that's 1400s Italy. Yeah, here's the front of it. That is some kind of building. They do not build buildings like this anymore.
No, especially with like the turquoise colors up top and
Yeah,
the reddish roof.
that is stunning. Looks pretty modern and new, doesn't it? It is the former AT&T building. It was built in the mid-80s. It is the second tallest building in the city, the biggest by square footage in the state of Missouri, as I understand it. It is also setting empty, and it's been setting empty since 2017. It's one of the biggest empty buildings in the world. Now, as I understand it, an investment company has purchased the building, and they plan on converting it into apartments and other mixed use. But that was contingent on the state giving them some tax breaks. From what I understand, the state has yet to do that. So the plans that they had to convert it are currently on hold. I have to admit, I find it astonishing that a building that looks like this is completely empty. This is the Soldiers Memorial Military Museum. Just wanted to give you a quick glance at it. To our soldier dead. That is a beautiful example of Art Deco and courage. Let's see what they have in here.
This looks like a big tomb, doesn't it? World War I. Those who made the supreme sacrifice.
The sheer amount of incredible architecture in this town, it's just amazing. This is the St. Louis Union Station, a train station. It was completed in 1894. When it was completed, it was the biggest train station on Earth. And by the 1940s, over 100,000 people a day would pass through the doors using 22 rail lines that would come in and out of the station, itself the most in the world. Not unsurprisingly, it's on the National Register. It is also a National Civil Engineering Landmark. Now, sadly, by the 50s and into the 60s, because people would travel more by car and airplane, it started to decline. And by the 70s, it was abandoned, basically empty. It was in such bad shape that in 1981, Escape from New York was filmed here. But in the mid-80s, the city of St. Louis said enough and began renovating and repurposing it. Now there's a hotel, restaurants, shopping, even an aquarium from what I understand. And this is considered one of the best examples of repurposing an old historical building in the United States. Now I'm going to try to acclimate you to where I'm at. You can see the Gateway Arch straight down the street here. The train station's right here. Basically, yeah, it's on the street to the arch, and you follow this street, and it basically ends in front of the arch. This is Romanesque Revival. So it draws inspiration from 11th, 12th century Roman architecture. I am inside the hotel. I was told going through the hotel. It's the way to get to the station itself. Let's take a look at it up here first, though. Yeah, this is the lobby of the hotel. It is magnificent, isn't it? Yeah, awesome, we can. All right, here it is. It's beautiful, isn't it? Would it fit in the man cave? I think I could make room for it. What do you guys think? Now I'm just kind of wandering around the station, giving you a look. I just walked into this area of the station. Didn't expect to see this. A little small pond here. It's stocked with fish. And I think they want me to give them some food. But I don't have any. I mean, what else can you say but wow. Check this out. Polar Express. Looks like I can go inside it as well. Should we go take a look inside? I'm thinking we should. How about that? Next to the train station, a merry-go-round or a carousel, however you want to call it. And it's next to, that's right, tacos. Win-win. And in this direction,
Let me just walk right up here and show it to you. To the side of the train station. How about that? And here it is, the Aquarium. You can see that main tower through there. We are at Busch Stadium. Well, it's over here. This is where the Cardinals play. We're going to eat at a St. Louis barbecue place. It's right across the street from the stadium. Yeah, what do you think?
Sounds good.
That's what I was thinking. It would be awesome if we could go inside there, check it out, but we're not allowed. Real nice area here though. Lots of restaurants and bars. The place we're going to eat at is right up here. Salt and Smoke. That is the name of the restaurant. Pretty nice apartment building there. And there's Nicole. All right, let's go in. I think we go in this way. Barbecue, bourbon, beer. 3 of my 5 favorite things. All right, we're gonna make our way to the bar. It looks
Big bar.
like there's plenty of room, which is the way we like it. Well, since we are walking, the hotel is just about a block away. We are having drinks, Jack Daniels. For an appetizer, we're going to start with deviled eggs with bacon. The deviled eggs are here. They look pretty good, don't they?
They do, with that big, thick piece of bacon sticking out of them.
Yeah. You're going to have to eat 2. I'm only eating 1.
No, vice versa.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see if they're good. The deviled eggs. What did we think?
Tastes like a deviled egg with bacon on top.
That's what they tasted like. But that's always good.
But that's what we ordered. It's so good.
A deviled egg is always a welcome addition to dinner.
You gotta love a deviled egg.
Yeah. I like the bacon on top. That adds a little flavor. You just take a little bite of bacon with every bite of the egg.
And bacon makes everything better.
Bacon does make everything better. That is true. Good point. So for entrees, I'm having a 3-meat with brisket, St. Louis ribs, and some cheddar bologna. And I'm going to have pit beans with smoked bacon as a side and potato salad. You're having...
I'm surprised you didn't get mac and cheese.
No, no mac and cheese.
No mac and cheese. I'm having, I know it sounds stupid, but I'm having the mixed green salad, which is just like mixed greens, tomatoes, red peppers, onions, white cheddar cheese, all that good stuff on it. And I'm adding brisket to it. However, we're also going to try out this cream corn, give it a try.
Yeah, he says it's Cajun corn.
Yes, that's what sold me.
If it's Cajun, we want it.
Of course, especially me. I love Cajun.
All right, yeah, so that's coming up. It's my potato salad. This is a, what? A
Bacon and cheddar popover.
bacon and cheddar popover. I've never seen anything like this.
I know, it's huge.
Here's my bologna. And then brisket down below, actually. And then ribs right here with St. Louis ribs. And baked beans with bacon. Looks good. Right? Okay. And your salad. Wow, look at that.
It looks scrumptious, and I stole a bite of the brisket. It's very tender, very, very good.
And then that's the Cajun corn.
Yes, that looks yummy too. I'm excited about all of it.
It does all look good, doesn't it? All right, here's the thoughts on the food. The potato salad. It's pretty amazing. There's a little spice to it. I don't know if there are jalapenos in it or not. There's lots of onion. Not sure about this popover. Kind of on the fence with that. But this bologna is fantastic. And Nicole hates bologna, and I made her take a bite of it, and even she admitted it was pretty good.
I said it was tolerable. I believe that's the word I used, tolerable.
Okay. Ribs and brisket's really, really good. And the baked beans are really good. Cajun corn is really good. It's all really good. The sides are fantastic.
Yes. Oh my gosh, my salad is probably one of the best salads I've ever had, just because the brisket is so amazing. I love the brisket, and I'm totally still chowing down on this once we get off camera. Yeah, the brisket is so tender, and that's what makes the salad. Definitely.
Yeah. Pretty good food here, guys. So if you're ever in St. Louis, we recommend it.
Yum.
Now is the time for the best part of dinner, dessert. We're going to have the brown butter pecan bar. Bartender says that's the best thing here.
I love pecans. I love caramel. And they're putting ice cream on it. Oh my goodness.
Yes, he sold us on some ice cream with it. This is dessert. It's a brown butter pecan bar with ice cream.
Yummy. And caramel sauce. It looks scrumptious.
Does look good. Well, let's talk about this disgusting dessert. No, it's fantastic.
It's scrumptious.
Loaded with pecans.
Of course it is. And I love pecans. Well, I really just like nuts in general, but pecans are one of my favorite.
Didn't you say it's like a pecan pie, but with...
Yes, it's definitely like a pecan pie, but very little of the pie and mostly pecans.
Yeah.
You know, if the pie is that part with the soft stuff, I don't know what you call that part. But yeah, if that's the pie part, yeah, very little of that and a lot more of the pecans.
And of course, the ice cream, perfect with it.
I like to do the ice cream.
It's really good. All right, everyone, here is the tab. $111.99. Well, we had a few Jack Daniels. Is that up the bill a bit? $32 for Jack Daniels. But you know what? Yeah, it was really good food. It was worth it to us.
Yes.
All right, so there it is.
Very yummy.
Make sure you get a good look.
Very, very yummy.
Yeah, the tab, $111.99.
While in St. Louis, we are staying at the Drury Plaza here in downtown St. Louis. And what's really cool about it? Well, here's what it's right next to. The Gateway Arch. You just walk out and you're there. Now, we've said this a few times on the channel, but this chain, Drury, is our favorite hotel chain that we've ever stayed at. And after 4 years, we've stayed at quite a few hotels. They are consistent and you get a lot for your money. And what I'm going to do now is show you what some of those things are. First off, let's go check out the lobby. Drury is based here in St. Louis, and this particular hotel is one of their flagship hotels. And as you can see, it is quite beautiful. This is where breakfast and dinner is served. Here at the right side of the lobby, they have a Lewis and Clark exhibit. Real nice. And then, of course, that's the front desk there. And there is a bar back there. More on that later. We are in room 952. And Nicole's going to let us in. Let's see what the room looks like.
Alrighty.
There's the bathroom.
Yay, that's
Right as you walk in.
I would like having a bathtub.
This is the living area. It's got a little dining room table here.
Smooth off my arm.
And a little area with a sink and refrigerator and microwave.
And it has a sink,
Yeah.
which is always good to have that extra little sink.
Extra little sink, and then here's the bedroom. And let's look out the window just for fun. What is our view?
Not much. Looking into St. Louis, there's the Mississippi River.
Okay. All right, here it is, the room. Now you may be wanting the answer to the question, Joe, is there a place to park our cars if we visit? Yes, the hotel's first floor is the lobby and the restaurants. Second through fourth is the garage. And then the fifth floor, all the way up to the 10th floor, that is the hotel rooms. And it will cost you $27 a night, if I remember correctly. Here's the swimming pool for the hotel. It's up on the 8th floor. And there are 2 hot tubs. I guess you can see that one in the distance. Nicole and I will be spending our last evening in one of these hot tubs. Have a few drinks. And then there is a deck if you want to hang out and relax. Get some sun, I guess, in the summer. And there's the arch right there. They have a breakfast buffet here every morning that's included at no extra charge when you stay here at the Drury. I got some of the stuff that they have. Fresh scrambled eggs, potatoes, sausage, biscuits and gravy. There's a guy back there who just continually makes pancakes, fresh pancakes. Orange juice, they got apple juice, they got cranberry juice, and they have a Coke machine if you want a Coke or Sprite or Dr. Pepper. And they also have oatmeal, they have waffles, cereal, milk. They have everything you need to have a really good breakfast in the morning. If you need a place to work out, they have a gym. Let's check it out. Nicole should be in here working out. There she is. Sneak up on her.
Oh, that's not funny.
Gotcha. Anyway,
That was totally not funny.
it's kind of funny.
Are you going to use that?
Yes, I'm going to use it.
I wasn't even working out yet. I was trying out the different weights.
Oh, well, okay. Anyway, here's the gym, guys. Included with the price, every night they lay out a small buffet, and they rotate 3 different buffets. They have a pork night, a beef night, and a chicken night. Tonight is the pork night, so they've got barbecue pork and macaroni and cheese and baked beans. Every night they have hot dogs, and they have a nacho bar, and then they have a salad bar. Plus they also have a soup. So yes, you are fed not only in the morning, but in the evenings when you stay at a Drury. And it's all included, doesn't cost you anything extra. One other thing, 3 free drinks a night. Beer, wine, or alcohol. That's Jack and Coke that I have. So yes, 3 alcohol drinks included as well every night here at the Drury. All right, I can hear you guys asking, Joe, how much is a 4-day stay at the Drury Plaza Hotel in downtown St. Louis? Well, here's the receipt. $1,002. I'll leave it up here for a second so you can check it out. All right, everyone, that's going to be it for Missouri. We're going to head back to the Dallas area. Next few videos are going to be in Texas. Wow.
Loud out here.
Oklahoma, New Mexico, and Louisiana.
All right.
Some out-of-the-way places in those states. That's where we're going. Let me get that Budweiser in the background. This is Anheuser-Busch country. Anyway, that's all coming up next. We will see you there.